Let's talk about solving equations using subtraction. I'm going to take us through solving this one. So you might be able to just look at this and figure out what number p has to be so that everything works out. But we're going to go through and talk about how to use what we call inverse operations to get p all by itself. And this will help you as your math kind of builds and things get a little bit more challenging as you move on. You're not going to be able to just see the answer at some point. So it's important to know how to use these inverse operations to solve. So my goal when solving is to isolate the variable or get it all by itself. So there's my p, I just boxed it. I need that to be all by itself on one side of the equation, which means that this plus 13 needs to go away. But I can't just scribble it out. So what I'm going to do is use those inverse operations. Inverse operations are just opposite operations that undo each other. So if I have a plus 13 and I want to move that whole plus 13 to the other side or away from the p, what I need to do is subtract 13. That's the opposite of adding 13. That's what we call the inverse. It's the opposite. So plus 13 and minus 13, those are opposites, so they're going to undo each other. Now, because this is an equation, I know the left side and the right side are equal to each other, which means I need to do the same thing to the left side and the right side to keep them equal. So right now, I took 13 away from the left, so things aren't equal anymore until I take 13 away from the right side as well. So now that I have my 13s canceling, that leaves my p all alone on the left-hand side. And on the right, I just need to subtract 9 minus 13 and I get negative 4. Now, of course, we always want to check our answer to make sure that we are confident. So I'm going to go ahead and check. I was looking for a value of p that when I add 13, I get 9. I'm saying that that p value is negative 4. So now I'm just going to put the negative 4 in the p spot and make sure that we get what we were hoping. I'll put a little question mark because we're verifying. We're not totally sure yet, but hopefully everything's going to work out like we want. So on the left, I add negative 4 plus 13, and I get 9 equals, and then on the right-hand side, I have a 9. So yeah, this worked out to a true statement. Everything checks out. So I can confidently box my answer that p is negative 4. So that was a quick example of solving an equation using subtraction. Hope it helped. I will see you next time. Bye.